What is going on, guys? It is ya boy, Mr. Tag, and I am back today to give you guys the second deck I took to locals in my local deck series. Now, small disclaimer, this deck did not do as well as my previous deck. In fact, we went X2 and we even drew a game. So we had one win, two losses, one draw. And one of my deck choices in my extra deck, you know, if I made a different choice, we could have gone at least two wins, two losses, but we'll get into that, you know, when we get to the extra deck. But first, so this is a Machina deck, Machina, whatever you want to call it. I hesitate to call it a Machina Gadget Deck because there's only 6 gadgets in the deck itself. And yeah, the deck originally was going to be gadgets, and then I went, okay, I've got this, you know, Machina Madness, you know, Mechanized Madness structure. I'll open that, get a few cards from it. And eventually it just became, Machina with gold and silver gadget in it. So here we go. So we beat a Blue Eyes Dragon Link Jank deck pretty easily. We lost to Orcust Machina, which is probably the better version of this deck anyway. Drew with Burning Abyss, and then lost to Cyber Dragons, which hard counters this because it's all machines, obviously. All right, without further ado, let's jump into it. You guys don't want to hear me talk anymore, you just want to see the cards. So obviously, first you play 3 Machina Fortress. Great card. Amazing card. Obviously, you know, you discard your machine monsters to the grave, special summon this, and you can even special summon this from the grave. You can even send itself to special summon itself, although you do need an extra at least level 1 in there to be able to do that, but that's really cool. It's a really great card. You always want to see it. It's really good. We played 2 Citadel. The boss monster, he is really good. If any of your earth machines get destroyed and he's in the graveyard, you can special summon him for free, which is amazing. You can special summon him off pretty much any card effect. It's really good. Yeah, he worked out really well. So he's always a really good one to have. We have 2 Machina Air Raiders as well. Air Raider didn't do very much for me. We didn't really get its second effect off, except in the Burning Abyss match, where you special summon a Machina monster with a different name from the deck. That happened once. But you know, 2600 body, if we open it, you know, can send Fortress 4 to summon it, and then you can, you know, you got Fortress Engraved, which is always nice, or Citadel even. It's awesome. 2 Soldier. Didn't really see it, didn't really use it. It was there basically because you can special summon it. Say you had only this and Citadel in your hand, you didn't have any other plays. You can special summon him and Soldier. Special summon him and Citadel. But yeah, he wasn't really used. Possessed Tirage 2. He worked okay. Being able to special summon Machina from Graveyard is really good. Unfortunately, if he was Earth Machine, he would be really good, but being Dark Machine means he doesn't proc Citadel when it's destroyed, which is kind of annoying. His second effect didn't really go off, so that's not really anything to talk about. And the last Machina monster, we ran 1 gear frame, mostly as a target for redeployment, because really his effect only goes off when he's normal summoned. I guess if you're in a tough spot, you can always normal summon him and then get a Fortress and hopefully go into more plays. But yeah, he's really only there as a target just in case we're into mid or late game. Never normal summon it though. Alright, so like I said, we've got gadgets. So we've got 3 gold gadget and 3 silver gadget. So basically the play was you summon gold or silver, then summon gold, and then you can summon a level 4 from your hand. This happened quite a bit. They weren't really that impactful, but they did allow us to go into some link plays, which is always nice. And then, and one time we actually managed to proc their second effect, where if they're destroyed, you can special summon another gadget from your deck, which is always nice. And now we get into a different sort of engine here. 3 Scrap Recycler. I think you can see where this is going. You either pitch Citadel or you pitch Jet Synchron. Spoilers there. Worked really well, obviously. 1 Scrap Golem. For the Scrap Wyvern combo, you summon Golem when destroy something, otherwise you don't get Recycler's effect doesn't proc because it's a when, not an if effect. So you summon Golem, then you summon Recycler, and then you go into more plays. It's one of him. Jet Synchron is self-explanatory. It allows really stupid plays to go off. I ran one of him. Yeah, that's all you really need to. I don't think much else needs to be said about Jet Synchron. And then we ran also a Gen X Ally Birdman at 1. He was another tuner just in case, like we already used Jet Synchron if we want to go into Hulky Fibrax. So you have another target to either summon from the deck or to use with Hulky Fibrax. But didn't really see him very much, and his effect didn't really do anything, so that was another thing here. And the last main deck monster was Mecha Phantom Beast Raiton. I sold all my O-Lions, and I now regret it. O-Lion would have been so much better. I didn't really go into Alderaan, so this was really just a clog. But the good thing is, since it's level 4, you can special summon it with gold and silver, so at least that's a thing. Then go into Link plays. Hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom. I think that just speaks for itself. And I know we haven't done special traps yet, but we also have 3 Impermanence. Again, speaks for itself. Impermanence just works really well if we start going first. All right. Next is the spells. So we've got 3 Machina Redeployment. This card is amazing. You pitch any card, and then you can target in at least 2 Machina monsters, from deck to hand, or you can pitch a Machina to get 2 Machina cards, except Redeployment. This worked pretty much in all the duels, even just the discards. The discards cost anyway. You can still send like Fortress or Citadel to grave, even if they ash it. Doesn't matter, they can still set up plays. But yeah, that draw was really, really good. 2 Pot of Desires. I think we resolved it like once. Wasn't really that impactful, but it's always nice to have draw 2. And Foolish Burial. I mean, you can send Jet Synchron or Citadel or whatever other combo piece you need. You can send a Fortress if you needed to. I saw this a lot, actually. I was surprised how much I drew it, considering it's a one-off. But yeah, Foolish Burial, I think, self-explanatory for this deck. Right, traps. Besides Impermanence, we also ran Overdrive, which resolved, I think, in all the games I had against a Burning Abyss player. So basically, you just target a machine monster, not a Machina, a machine, so you can like Scrap Recycler. But for someone, Machina monster with a different name from deck, and then destroy that monster. So it's basically you can get Citadel out for free. And then if you have Citadel in grave, you can special summon another Citadel. Then you got 2 3k beaters who you can then tribute each other to blow up the board. Or your opponent's monsters, I should say. Really good card. Although I saw it a bit too much, like sometimes I didn't want to see it, but you know, happens. All right, extra deck time. We'll go with the Exceeds first. We had a Tornado Dragon for spells and traps. Never ever summoned it, so didn't really do anything. And then we had Silent Honor Arc. Again, I did not summon it. This didn't do anything. These two, if I got stuck with gold and silver on the field, you can go into at least go into something. But yeah, it wasn't really that impactful. So what I should have put in the deck was a Gustav Max, because against the Burning Abyss player when we tied in game 3 at time, I had 2 Citadels on the field, who were level 10, and then I could have gone into Gustav Max and burning for 2k and 1 instead of drawing. But you know, so for those building this deck, put a Gustav Max in your deck so that doesn't happen to you. So you at least burn if you need to go into, if you're going into time. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, so Link monsters. Link Karibo. So this was if we hard drew Jet Synchron and had no other plays. You could summon Jet Synchron, go Link Karibo, get Jet Synchron back by discarding, and then going into combos. So that's pretty much all he was there for. Then we have our Link 2s. Scrap Wyvern. So this is actually part of the combo. So if you can get Citadel on the field and then have like, you know, send Scrap Recycler and Jet Synchron, and your combo goes uninterrupted, you win. Because you'd be able to go into this, make some plays, go into Nightmare Unicorn, get rid of a card, and then go into Access Code Talker, who can then get rid of all the other cards, and then you have 5-3 plus 3,000, 8-3, and that's game. But yeah, I never got that off in any of the games I played. Unfortunately, the best I got was 7-8 when I have Fortress, not Citadel on the field. But Scrap Wyvern's still really good. If you're running Scrap Recycler, you pretty much got to run this. Next was Platinum Gadget. I think I used him once. Being able to summon another machine from your hand is pretty good. A level 4 or lower machine, I should say. He can't be used as link material to turn his link summon though, which kind of sucks. But the game I summoned him, I actually had a full board, which was really nice. I still do plays, but I was against Cyber Dragon player who then ended up all my monsters anyway. Then we had Christian Hulky Fibrax. Again, I think this card is very self-explanatory. You know, you go into this, you go into Jet Synchron or Genetics Ally Birdman. Jet Synchron preferably. Go into your rank 3. Not rank 3, your Link 3. And then I'll get Jet Synchron back, you know, make all those plays. But I think I used him once. I think it worked really well. Then I had Bijinki Ahashima. Useless. I thought about, you know, you go into this, and then you could go into, like, Silent on Arcot Tornado Dragon, but then you still need a card in your hand, a card in the graveyard. And there are a few level 4s in here, but, you know, the main focus is Fortress, Recycler, and Citadel. And none of them level 4, so that didn't really help at all. But this would have been better if I had Gustav Max, I just realized. You know, but, you know, the things we think about after we've actually built our decks and stuff. We had IP Masquerena. There were times I could have gone into this, and I didn't, and I regret it instantly. But, you know, it's always nice to have IP Masquerena. And we had our Nightmare package, Phoenix, Cerberus, Unicorn. Cerberus and Phoenix are just there, just as, you know, they, you know, insurance policies. You know, if you need to pop a spell, need to pop a special summon monster, they're there. Unicorn was part of the big combo for the OTK, so he worked really well. But the other ones were just a bit there, they're just there. They're always good to have if you need, like, generic Link monsters. Other Link 3, like I said, was Auroradon, that thing. Never went into it. I probably could have done, though, like, at some points to, like, start popping cards on the field, but I never did. But, again, always good to have. Better with O-Lion than Right and though, just so you guys know. And now the Link 4s. Access Code Talker, which was part of the OTK, which I had meticulously played out by myself constantly, and then never got off at locals. I actually practiced with this deck so much. When I built it, and then I realized these cards, certain cards sucked, took them out, put more cards in. I was practicing for ages, and then yeah, it just tanked. Like the Invoked Frog deck, I used it online before, but I never practiced with it. Beforehand, I just built it. And went 3-1, X1. And yeah, this deck just like flops. It's so silly. Boral Sword. Again, I don't know why I'd run Access Code and Boral Sword in the same deck. They're both OTK enablers. But it's always nice to have that. And of course, no Link 4 packages are complete without an Appaloosa. Went into this once against Cyber Dragon player. Completely forgetting that Cyber Dragon are there's the Fortress thing, or the whichever one Contact fuses and uses your machines. Well, there's a couple of them actually. Yeah, you can't negate that effect. It's not an effect, Contact Fusion. So that kind of screwed me. And all I had was this left on the board with 2400. Kind of sucked, but Appaloosa is always nice to have as you know, negates. All right, we'll quickly go through the side deck. First, of course, 3 Nibiru. Gotta have Nibiru. I think in this this format, Nibiru is just, you know, safe. I wouldn't main deck it unless I was going to a more competitive locals, because admittedly this one, there's no Adamantipator, there's no Eldritch. There is some Salad, there is Orcus, Machina and stuff, but not having to fear Adamantipator or like Eldritch and stuff means like Nibiru, I wouldn't main it. Side deck it though, always, just in case. And then we have Artifact Lancia. Again, you know, to stop opponent banishing for their turn. Never went into it, but you know, it's nice to have. And here's our weird tech of the day. Eater of Millions. I don't know why I put this in here. I was actually going to take it out for Dark Ruler No More, but I never did. I thought it was to be funny for people to go, oh, it's a Machina deck, and then, oh, I have an Eater of Millions, and then attack into your stuff, and you can't do anything about it, and I can banish it, but I don't know, it's just funny just to have it. Cosmic Cyclone from the structure deck, just for removal. I mean, I could run Twin Twisters, but, you know, Twin Twisters actually probably would work better in this deck for the discard, but Cosmic's always nice. Banishing can sometimes be better than destroying. And Trap Trick. I was just hoping that, you know, if I needed the Overdrive, I could Trap Trick, go into Overdrive, then pull out my card. I never started into Trap Trick, though, because I always seemed to just pull Overdrive when I didn't need it anyway. So that was always good. All right. Final thoughts. Obviously, it tanked because I made some weird card choices, as I always do. Although I think even with just the structure, this deck does pretty well. The structure, of course, just getting the structure, you know, as cheap as. It's the extra, like trying to do the Scrap Wyverns and your access code talkers and your Mascarenas are expensive. But, you know, if you just want a fun deck, which is what this is all about, really. A fun deck, you don't have to really think about it. You just go, ooh, big monster wipes your board. Have fun. Sort of deck. I really recommend this one. You don't even get the gold and silver gadgets. Just pretty much buy free of the structure. And just take out the gold and the silver, scrap, and scrap stuff. Oh no, keep scrap recycler, but don't you want a scrap golem. You have a really, really fun deck. Alright, well thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll do better next week when I'll either be running Sacred Beasts, if I get the structure deck in time, or we'll be running some form of probably invoked, counter trap, worms, something a bit different. Alright guys, this video actually gone on a bit too long, so like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Love yous! Bye!